My computer is hot. No, not like that. My CPU runs at a way higher temperature than it's supposed to. So today, we're going to fix that by installing a new CPU cooler. None of these are a CPU cooler. You see, just installing a CPU cooler would be boring. So I decided to waste my money on a bunch of useless upgrades that I don't need. And with these, we're going to transform my gaming PC into a gaming PC with the same specs, but a CPU that doesn't overheat. So let's get started. So here is everything we're going to be adding. New fans, RGB power cable extensions, and a brand new SSD. I'll show you what my new CPU cooler looks like later. And all of this is going inside a brand new computer case, as this case isn't big enough to fit everything. But before we get to adding everything, let's take everything out of my current computer.
My mom is kind of homeless.
All right, here is the computer. And once we open it up and take everything out, there is no turning back. But this upgrade was long needed, so let's do it. Open. Oh, okay, the side panel is off. So now what I'm going to do is unplug all the cables. Now that everything is taken out, I'll start preparing it to add it to the new case. This is not a PC building tutorial, but before you add your motherboard to your case, you usually install your CPU, your RAM, and then your SSDs. I already have the CPU and RAM installed.
Don't rob me, this is only 2 gigabytes.
But what I do need to install is a new SSD. My current SSD that has Windows installed is a PCIe 3.0, which means it has write speeds up to 3000 megabytes per second. That is way faster than whatever the heck the speed of this hard drive is. But compared to this PCIe 5.0 SSD, it is super slow. This thing has write speeds up to 14,000 megabytes per second, which means it is over 4 times faster than this SSD. I better notice a speed increase when I install this. And the nice thing about this motherboard is that I have 3 slots to put my SSD. So in the top one currently is my secondary SSD, which is 2 terabytes. And then the second slot right here is actually my primary SSD. So let's flick this switch to pop it out. Now we can just slide it out like this. And now we're going to place the new SSD. I can't wait to test the speed of this to see how much faster it is. I am so excited, dude. It goes in here first, and then you move it down a little bit, and then we put this back on to make sure it doesn't pop out. And there you go. Well, now that the SSD is installed and I did a phenomenal job cleaning my CPU, it's time to put this motherboard inside the new case. Dude, this thing is massive. How am I supposed to film this? We're gonna tilt it this way and pull it out, and hopefully the camera will show it. Dude, this is so hard. Okay, you know what, guys? I give up. I'm going to open this, and then I'll show you what it looks like. And here is the case. This is the Corsair 3500X. This case is so cool. What I really like about it is that the intake fans are on the side instead of being on the front here. So when I look at the computer at this angle, I get to see everything. So when we finish this build, this is gonna look sick. But now let's put the motherboard inside this case. Hopefully nothing blows up. There is so much room inside this case. Putting in the motherboard is the easiest thing ever. And there we go, the motherboard is in, so now I just have to put in the screws. PC building is super fun when everything goes right, and so far so good. So it would be a real shame if this computer doesn't turn on once we finish it. But while I screw these in, for all of you watching, let me know if you have a computer, and if you do, did you build it yourself? Did you get a pre-built, or did someone else build it for you? Comment down below. My very first computer in 2017 was a pre-built, but then I just slowly upgraded that over time. I was able to get a case upgrade, which basically made my pre-built no longer a pre-built because every part that was originally in the pre-built got replaced. So yeah, if you are thinking about building your own computer though, I'd say you should give it a try. You got this. And there we go. That was the last screw. So now the motherboard is secure. And now with the motherboard installed, let's check out some of these boxes over here. They weren't just here to look nice for the shot. I swear I was going to put them inside my computer. But the first box we got are the Corsair LX120 RGB fans. So these are Corsair's new, well, kind of new, I think it's been over 2 years now, IQ Link fans fans, where instead of having to have a power cable and RGB cable come off of each of these fans, they magnetically connect together, and then only one fan needs to have a cable coming off of it. And here are the 3 fans. My plans for these fans are to put 2 at this part on the bottom of the case and then put 1 on the very bottom of the case. I don't know if only having 1 fan at the bottom is gonna look weird, so we're gonna have to see how that goes. And next up, we have the Asia Horse PC cable extension. So these are purely for aesthetics, and what you do with them, instead of having the normal cables from your power supply plug into your motherboard, you can use these instead because they're braided and look nicer. And if you thought that was a dumb purchase, wait till you see this. These are the Corsair RGB PSU cables. So it's just two RGB lights. If I take one of these extension cables, you basically snap them onto the cable and then you plug this in wherever it goes. And when you have the cable plugged in and your computer is on, instead of just being a black cable, it will light up and look cool. $60 for two LED light strips that serve no purpose. And I bought them, so I can't really be talking. So those accessories are pretty cool, but now it's time to unbox the main reason that this build is even happening. The brand new CPU cooler. Here it is, the Corsair iCUE Link Titan 360 RX LCD. I am very excited to see what my new CPU temps are once we install this cooler, because this is a huge upgrade. My old AIO, which looks very similar to this, was only 240 compared to this being 360. Simply put, this cooler has 3 fans and my old one only had 2. But let's open this up. And here it is, and this looks sick. And what I like about these fans is they also light up on the sides. My old ones didn't do that, so inside the case, they're going to look even cooler. And this is going to be mounted at the top of my case, just like it was in the old one. Well, there you have it. This is everything that's going inside this brand new case. And now it's time to actually put it in the case. Man, the unboxing part is so much fun, but you know, actually having to put it in the computer, I don't feel like doing all that.
One eternity later.
It is the next day, and here we have the finished computer. As you can see, we still have the plastic on the glass and on the fans because I am fully prepared for this to not work first try, but there's only one way to find out. I first got to turn on the power supply. Hopefully it doesn't blow anything up, but let's see. And on. Oh, the motherboard is lighting up. Okay, that is a good sign. So we know that the computer is receiving power, but will anything happen once I actually press the power button? I have my finger on the power button. Once I click this, the computer should turn on if all goes well. 3, 2, 1. Well, here it is. The only practical upgrade here was the AIO so my CPU can run at a colder temperature, but everything else just looks sick. Before I installed this new CPU cooler, I flew around in a Minecraft world with shaders turned on as a benchmark. Yes, I know, that is the best game for a benchmark. And my CPU temp was averaging around 70 degrees Celsius. I tried it again with this computer, and now the maximum temperature that I hit was 70 degrees. It was chilling in the high 50s, so this was definitely a good upgrade. Well, here's the computer. Let me know in the comments what you think about it. I'll make it green and Yoshi themed later on. But thanks for watching. I know this was a bit of a different video, but I just wanted to share that I was upgrading my computer. So if you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, and I'll see you later.